Well, on the day when Maduro was captured, it is said to be one of the most scariest nights that people of Venezuela have ever seen in their entire life. Now, one of the loyal guards of Maduro describes every single bone-chilling details about how their president was captured by the United States, and some of the things that he talks about and the weapons that the United States actually used were completely out of this world, that nobody in the entire world has ever seen such kind of weapons. And in just a minute, we'll actually take a look at the footage of how this incredibly out of this world weapons really work. And if that footage doesn't bring chills down your spine, I honestly don't know what will. Well, the Venezuela security guard reveals chilling account of US weaponry used in Maduro raid. Now, this account from Venezuela's security guard loyal to Nicolas Maduro is absolutely chilling, and it explains a lot about why the tone across Latin America suddenly changed and why Trump basically wants to take over the world out of nowhere. Because now, after the capture of Maduro, he now even wants to go after Greenland. He's also fighting against China and Russia and basically all over Europe. The things that he's been doing is just absolutely crazy, nothing less than any sort of Hollywood movie. Well, the security guard says that on the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on the ground, but suddenly all of our radar systems completely shut down without any explanations. Now, the next thing we saw were complete drones that were surrounding all over Maduro's house and flying over to our positions, and we didn't really know how to react. So the interviewer basically goes on and asks, so what happened next? How was the main attack? To which the security guard says that after those drones appeared, some helicopters also arrived. But there were very few helicopters, not many. He also says that there were barely 8 helicopters, and from those helicopters came soldiers who dropped down, but a very small number, maybe like around 20 men at most. But those men were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything that we have fought against before. To which the interviewer asked whether or not if the battle began, and the security guard says that yes, it was a massacre. We were hundreds of guards, but we had absolutely no chance at all. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing around 300 rounds per minute, and we couldn't do anything at all. Now, the interviewer goes on and asks, so what about your weapons? Did you guys not have any weapons to fire back at them? To which the security guard says that their weapons was of no help at all, because it wasn't just the weapons that the United States was using, because at one point they actually launched this very secretive weapon which they had apparently, and I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave which suddenly felt like my head was going to explode from inside. Now, we all started bleeding from our nose. Some were even vomiting blood. We fell to the ground and all the guards were unable to move. Now, that is just bone-wrecking, man. I don't know what kind of technology that the United States is using, but it could basically cause your brain to go nuts, and you would basically feel like your brain is going to explode inside your head, and you're also going to be bleeding from nose and, vomiting blood, and that's just nasty. I don't know what kind of weapon that is. It's probably have to do with some sort of radiation poisoning and all that stuff. I don't know, whatever that is. So the interviewer goes on and asks, and your comrades, did they manage to resist this? And the security guard says that not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear, I've never seen anything like it before, and we couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapon or whatever it was that the Americans used. Now, the interviewer goes on and asks, so did you think that the rest of the region would think twice before confronting Americans after what you've just revealed to us? And the security guard says that without a doubt, I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks that they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. And the interviewer says, and now that Trump has said Mexico is on the list, do you think that the situation will change in Latin America? To which the security guard says, definitely. Everyone's already talking about this. No one wants to go through what we went through, so now everyone thinks twice. What happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela, but throughout the entire region. Now, obviously, a lot of people are saying that the Maduro's raid basically looks like a Call of Duty video game, or maybe a future advanced military Hollywood movie or something like that, because it definitely does look like it. Now, let me show you guys a small demonstration of how this weapon actually works, because this this video right here explains on how the weapon actually works. Take a look at this.
There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things, especially on the low duration, the low intensity, long duration hits.
Are either of you aware of any individuals who have AHI symptoms have passed away from their ailments?
I do.
I do.
Have any of you three panelists ever seen one of these weapons?
I have seen a 1991 version of the weapon, and it looks like a satellite dish with a unit this size attached to it. And of course, over the years, miniaturization has been possible. Obviously, there's a limitation to how miniaturized it can be because of the antenna size, which is always related to the wave. But still, it is something that can be well contained in the trunk of a car or even a large backpack.
There's no entry or...
So they basically have this technology since 1991, but they never used it until now. And for the very first time, they're using it. It's called direct energy weapon, which was used in Venezuela. This was used for the very first time as well. And I wonder what kind of secretive back-engineered weapons United States has that's other than this, because if this is so freaking powerful, I don't know what kind of nasty weapons they have hidden in there. We have another video right here explaining it as well and demonstrating on how this weapon basically works. Take a look at this.
It sounds a lot like something this reporter got hit with at Quantico in this piece from 2013. The military says the active denial system is not radioactive, it's not a microwave, and it's not a laser beam. It's instead a man-sized beam of millimeter waves that can be fired from up to 1,000 meters away that are designed to get the subject, whoever's standing on this X, really, really hot so that they move.
So all they have to do is basically just stand right in front of the subject. I mean, this was demonstrated back in 2013, by the way. So we are living in 2026 right now, so which means the technology advancement is way, way far ahead, and it's going to work even more deadlier. Look at this.
And it's about 50 degrees out here right now, but I just felt like it was about 1,000. And I've never been inside a tub that somebody dropped a hairdryer in, but I would imagine that that's what it feels like.
So it looks like it makes your body go from probably 100 degrees Celsius to like 1,000 degree all at once in an instant movement. So that's probably gonna burn your brains out. And that's probably why Maduro's guards, like hundreds of guards, instantly ended up taken down, and they were bleeding from nose, and some were even vomiting blood. And this could possibly be the kind of advanced technology that the United States used in order for this operation. Now, I think you guys should actually take a look at this video right here, man, because there is this plane that United States has, which can apparently go invisible. Now, I don't know how this works, but you can actually look at this plane in this video right here. Take a look at this.
I found something creepy on Google Earth after Trump just announced a new, different B-2 bomber type. While exploring an Air Force base in Texas, I found an invisible military aircraft.
All right, so here we go. So this apparently is the aircraft right there. And this is where things gets messy, man.
How does this weird bomber appear invisible from above?
Wow.
I have been searching for answers, and I almost found the reason. One possibility is that this is all a glitch, as Google Maps took one photo with the bomber there, one without, and stitched them together. But there is also another answer that considers the U.S. military history. The Army has used techniques to confuse satellites before, covering up their new technology. So what happened here?
What if it's some sort of a cloaking device? You never know. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Predator. I mean, how the alien can basically go invisible and then be back visible again. You know, that's kind of a technology that I think the Chinese have also discovered. So it is very much possible where you can basically hide behind stuff and go completely invisible. Those kind of technology is indeed possible. And I think that's probably what they're using here. Maybe just make an entire plane completely disappear, like have like a cloaking device. These are like the crazy technology that the United States has right now, and we have never been shown about these things before in a public statement. And this technology right here is just absolutely mind-blowing, because as you wear this helmet, which is like super sci-fi helmet, it makes the entire vision of the world appear to you like it's a video game. You basically know where people are behind the walls, inside the buildings, and all that stuff. It basically scans using some sort of radioactive wave signals or whatever that is, you know. It kind of just detects the bone structure of humans that are hiding behind the walls. It's just crazy, man. Take a look at this stuff.
Bravo, split.
Look at this stuff. This is how
Alpha set.
it basically works. So all of this is integrated
container in the open.
inside of your helmet. Like, you can just see these things in your glasses and change the settings.
Bravo, move out and engage.
It looks like a video game. You have like a mini map here. Look at that. As they go behind the wall, you can still see them. That's crazy. And that's the enemy right there. That's just crazy, man. Apparently, this technology is called the Anduril technology, and this is the guy that basically found it, and he explains to us and how all of this technology works. It just seems like we're straight up playing video games at this point with all of these Anduril technology that this guy is bringing in for the United States Army. So it's just out of this world.
Watching. So
Look at
just
this
watch
stuff
for a moment. So the blue force is my friendlies. So see that little right-hand corner where it sees behind the containers? Uh-huh. They're tracking where the bad guy is. They're tracking where my guys are. And then watch when they go behind the container. So I can actually see through it and watch. Now they're engaging the guy over there, and he's down.
Man, these are considered as cheating in a video game. You can only do these things if you have hacks, like wall hacks in a video game. But now, I mean, nobody would have imagined this would ever happen in real life, but it's happening.
Wow.
Imagine a guy's coming over a hill, and I want to engage him. So actually, I'm going to pot on the mission shield. There we go. So
that's basically how it
this
works.
is a system that allows everybody to basically be operating as one combined hive mind, where you can all share a view of the world. And by the way, this view that I have, it's shared now with all of the robots as well. So anything I see, like let's see I see someone inside of a building, every drone and every person now sees that person where he is.
Oh.
It's so crazy that I was born at the right time to actually get to build all of this stuff. Drone that's watching,
That's
just watch for a moment.
So apparently it's not like you magically see things using waves and stuff. I was wrong. I basically thought that you use some sort of a sonar wave or heat radiation signal in order to pick up movements, but that's not how it works. So apparently all soldiers have like these glasses that they can just magnetically put it on. If one soldier sees someone in a particular location, it's basically going to be visible to all other soldiers who are in a completely different location, but then they're going to look at the person in a skeleton kind of a structure. So let's say they're using drones up in the sky. So the drones are going to give feedback. The drones, whatever the things that the drones are watching from above the sky, those things are also going to be visible to the army personnel who is out there in the ground. So the ground units are going to be seeing what the drones and the air units are seeing. So it's basically communicating all together, and the AI is going to put it out in such a format where it looks like you're using cheat codes or cheats or mods in a video game, and you're basically seeing through walls and stuff like that. That's just incredible technology. I don't know how these guys are coming up with such crazy ideas, but that's just crazy, man. And if United States has these kind of technologies, and if this is what they use in order to take out Maduro, if this is what they used in order to capture him, that's just crazy. There's no way for 100 guards to, go against technologies like these. These are just insane. And on top of that, we have this absolutely mind-boggling, deadliest drone that I've ever seen. And if this is what, Americans possess,
inside
look
here
at this stuff, man. It's just
is
insane.
3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works.
Wow.
Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. Inside
That's
here,
insane. So apparently there's like a tiny bullet that's placed with this drone, and it has this facial recognition feature. So let's say you go into a closed space where you have like a primary target. So let's say it's some of the terrorist leaders, and you want to take this particular person out. But then you don't want to send in your soldiers because it's going to be very risky. So what you can do is simply just throw this drone in. It's going to fly inside like a very tiny mosquito or a fly, and it's basically going to facially recognize who that person is. And as it recognizes their face, it's game
is
over,
3
baby.
grams of shaped explosive.
It's just game over.
This is
That's
how
what
it
I'm
works.
saying. So it has a field camera, facial recognition, shaped explosive, and I don't know what that is. It has some sort of a sensor. So he basically throws it out. And I guess the drone was like purposefully programmed in order to like only target this dummy over here. It recognized. Boom. Game over.
Did you see that?
Game over.
That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull.
This is
and destroy the
absolutely
contents.
dangerous. This is absolutely dangerous. And I think this could be one of the most deadliest assassination tool in the future. If this goes out in the wrong hands, man, I don't think we ever need snipers. We don't even need any super task force anymore. All you have to do is just put in the facial recognition, and it's going to take him out. That's super easy and super deadly as well. And this founder of Anduril warfare technology, he basically explains on how human warfare is going to look like in 2030 with the kind of technology that he is creating at this point. It looks like it's going to be extremely scary. Take a look at what this dude has to say.
What does
and
warfare
it's
look
gonna
like
blow your
in
minds off.
2030?
I think the future of warfare is going to look a lot more like chess than dodgeball. You're going to see lower fatality rates. You're going to see people who are acting as omniscient
Look at that stuff. It basically scans everything, man, like a video game.
technomancers. If you understand what's happening and you know exactly what you're up against, where it is, when it is, you kind of know when you can win and also know when you need to retreat. Suppose that you have that Navy SEAL. He might be aided continuously by 10 drones that are sensing the world around him, looking for things that are a threat. And he's not watching 10 drone feeds. He's just seeing in his augmented view of the world where those threats are. The system's going to say, hey, this is the top threat. It's the only thing that might kill you in the next minute.
That's
you need to
insane.
deal with this. I act like this is the future, but of course, this is what we're doing with our customers right now.
What does warfare look like in 2030?
So the technology is called Anduril, and it's like a private military organization. They're basically finding, advanced warfare technologies, and that's what they're selling. They're just a group of warfare technology techies. They're building some crazy stuff that we have seen in video games. It's all coming true. I mean, I don't know how good or a bad thing this is, but it looks like less people are going to die, but at the same time, more people are going to die. I don't know. It's very bizarre. But yeah, it kind of makes me nervous to see what kind of warfare this could lead into. Honestly, from the reports that I've heard from the guard of Maduro, like the things that he has described, the kind of energy weapon that the United States used, it looks and sounds very scary, bone-chilling. To be honest, if that's what they have and if that's what they possess, there's no way any country would stand against them. Now, it of course remains to see whether or not what kind of technology China has, what kind of technology the Russians have, because we never know. They might possess something even more crazier. The Chinese, we never know. Secret stuff they got going in there. So yeah, it's really risky to go against some of these superpower nations, man. They are super advanced and they have some technologies that they've never spoken about before in public. Honestly, let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about everything that we've seen so far? I think it's bone chilling, and the kind of way that technology is possessing right now and further into the future warfare, it's a very scary place to live in. Honestly, I would love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts, your opinions? Please go ahead, share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Let them know about what kind of cool stuff is being invented, and also some of the scariest things that we already have as of now. And as we know, the current situation is getting heated up all over different countries. We most probably might be seeing all of these technologies being used very soon. So it's a very scary place to live in. Honestly, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Wood Show podcast. If you guys did, please make sure to go ahead, leave a big fat like on this episode or on this YouTube video. It would really mean a lot to me. And also subscribe to stay tuned for more content like these with daily podcasts on our channel. With that being said, it's absolutely free of cost. You don't have to pay a dime in order to subscribe on YouTube. That's the best part. And you always get notified if you turn on the YouTube notification bell icon. So that way you can make sure that all of the videos that I upload always gets to you right on time. Now, with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.